Shanti. Respond, please. Om Shanti. Nice and swam. Om Shanti. Shanti. अच्छा. अच्छा. आप मधुबन में पहुंच गए हो.
All of you have already reached Madhuban, and all of us three Dadis, Dadi Prakashmani, Dadi Gulzar Dadi, as well as Nirmal Shanta Dadi, I have brought their love and remembrance, not just remembrance, but lots and lots of love filled remembrance. Baba says you have to remember me with love. One experiences remembrance. One experiences remembrance very well when it is remembered with love, when it is like a reciprocation of Baba's love to us. I don't know what Miraben spoke, but I would like to say that Baba's remembrance should become so natural in us, or it should be the only thing in our mind, that nothing else should be remembered. What do you say? Is anything else remembered, or is Baba's remembrance natural? Is your remembrance so natural that you do not remember anything else? Is it, or is it that, do you say that you don't remember anything else? Therefore, there's no question of forgetting anything, or there's no questioning of overcoming that other type of remembrance. Remembrance of Maya should not be there, because if you remember anything of the past, if you remember any bodily being, then Maya will become powerful. It will pull you towards itself. Then it will not allow you to face Baba. Then you'll remember one thing will go, then you'll remember another thing, and then that will go, then you remember third thing. You still have 1 week before you meet Baba. Therefore, and in this 1 week, make your stage of remembrance so strong that the moment you see Baba, you celebrate a meeting with Baba with great joy and happiness. Let that joy and happiness be so powerful that the atmosphere created out of from that should spread in the whole world, in all 4 corners of the world. Why it is necessary to do that? Because since from the time Baba has made us belong to him, he has taught us one lesson very well. That lesson is, you are a soul, and Maya has made you remain body conscious for 63 births. It has not only separated you from me, but the soul, because of body consciousness, that is because it has come under the influence of body consciousness, it has become so weak. Baba has said that the soul has become body conscious for the past 63 births. It's not 1 or 2 or 4, 8 births, but 63 births. Of course, you were separated from Baba. The soul came under the influence of bodily beings. The Supreme Soul remained the resident of the soul world, but the souls became the residents of the corporeal world. Not just residents, but then it came into bondages, and these bondages also led to sinful actions, and sinful actions led to more bondages. See, in our last birth too, what were we? We were full of sinful actions, weren't we? Are you getting the translation? Okay, raise your hand if you're getting good translation. So, you became full of sinful actions. But now Baba says, fill righteous actions in you. The more you go into the depth of knowledge, the ears become wide open. The intellect opens up too. When we hear, the intellect opens, but then when we go deeper, then the realization comes. Before we were full of sinful actions. Now we have to become full of righteous actions, pure actions. We have to perform such actions which finish off all the past sinful actions. Not even a trace of the sinful action should remain of the past. We have to do so much yoga. We have to become soul conscious because we have been body conscious for 63 births. As we have been separated from Baba, we have become body conscious. Maya has taken a lot of advantage of that, total full advantage of that. It has brought a good grip of it over us, and we have become influenced. The influence of Maya has become very strong in us. It has also suppressed us. It has like bossed over us and has said, you have to do this. And now as we have met Baba, that's one Supreme Father has filled so much power in us. Though the Supreme Almighty Authority is only one, but that one is the seed form. He is the embodiment of peace, and he says that children, you also become so peaceful like me. You were peaceful in the peaceful abode, but now you have to realize that essence of peace once again. Baba explained yesterday as well as today that no one else in the world has the knowledge of the three aspects of time. It's only Baba who gives you the knowledge of the three aspects of time. Is it not? The beginning, what we were at the beginning of the cycle, go very, very far away. What were you when you came at the beginning of the cycle? Then also before that, from where you came into the cycle, you came from home into the cycle at the beginning of the cycle. So at least nod your head that yes, you're understanding. Otherwise, I'm thinking that you're not understanding. You know, when I used to hear Baba, listen to Baba as Murli, I used to nod my head all the time. I would enjoy nodding my head. Because Baba used to explain so clearly and we would understand so well that we would nod our heads. Are you understanding clearly? You're not nodding? Or those sitting in the corner, why are you sitting in the corner? Why don't you sit in front? Why do you want me to move my head all around? Why do you want me to do that?
आदि
So,
कैसे
what were
थे,
we at the
क्या था।
beginning?
फिर अंत
Baba
में
reminds
ये
us of that.
जो मध्य से पास करके आए
Because
हैं
we
ना,
have passed through the middle and have reached the
तो
end,
मध्य बहुत खराब रहा
but
है।
we know that the middle was
मध्य
not
से
very
अंत में
good,
कलयुग में आ गए।
and
काले,
from
मैले।
that not very
बाबा ने
good
कहा
we have
कर्म
come
होने
into
तुमको
a
मैला
very
बना
bad
दिया है।
state. Not only bad but dirty, impure,
ऐसे
everything
मैले हो
we
गए।
have become
अभी
now.
बाबा एक ही
So
है
it's only one Baba and another
जो इतनी मैल
who is
उतारता है।
finishing off removing, uh, taking away all the dirt,
सर्वशक्तिवान
the impurity,
चरी हुई है मैल and विकर्म
that
की मैल है।
impurity of vices, of
Dirty
sinful
बन गए
actions has made us so dirty. Not just dirty, but we are like stinking. You know, when something stinks, you don't want to be near that, don't you?
तो मैंने कहा बाबा ये बहुत अच्छी
I remember someone, I took that person in front of Baba and said, Baba, this one's a very good soul. And Baba, you know what he did? He put a handkerchief on his nose. And I looked at Baba and
मैंने उसका याद दिया बहुत अच्छी है।
I conveyed someone's remembrance to Baba, and Baba put a handkerchief on his nose, and Baba said, no, that soul is not good. That soul has got the disease of being attached to human names and forms. Baba wants such type of children who are able to spread fragrance.
लाखों के बीच में परसों बताया कमल फूल समान
Day
रहे
before
बच्चे के।
yesterday,
किचन में रहने वालों को
I
निकाल
said
करके
to
कहते
hundreds
कमल
of
फूल
thousands
सम्मान
of
दो।
people in
क्या कहता
Calcutta
है
that
गुलाब का
how
फूल बनो।
God wants us to become lotus flowers. God wants us
गुलाब
to
के फूल
become
में
rose
बहुत
flowers. A rose flower
बहुत गुण है।
has many qualities.
हम भारतवासियों को गुलाब आजकल दुनिया में थोड़े आर्टिफिशियल होते गुलाब के फूल।
And
कहने
people
आता है रोज फ्लावर
in
है।
India don't
पर
like
गुण इतने नहीं है।
big artificial rose flowers. Though
जितने
the
भारत
real
में छोटे भी
natural
होते हैं।
rose flowers are small in size, but they're so
कलकत्ता में
fragrant,
जो
so
हमको
fragrant.
गुलाब
I
की
saw
इतनी बढ़िया
the
बढ़िया
rose
लिली
flowers,
फ्लावर
rose
कलकत्ते वाले
petals, rose flowers in Calcutta, the lily flowers in Calcutta. Oh, so many flowers, so many
प्यारे लगते हैं।
flowers
गुलाब का फूल
there
प्यारा
were.
बहुत लगता है।
But of course,
फलों में आम
rose
फूलों में
flower is loved a
गुलाब।
great deal. Among flowers is rose, and among fruits is the mango fruit. Loved very much by everyone.
कांटे नीचे है।
Why is a rose liked by all?
गुलाब के
Because
फूल के गुणों को
it
देख
stays in the midst of
तो कोई कहेगा
thorns
कांटे
and
कांटा
remains
निकाल
unattached
दो। तुम फूलों
or
को देख
remains unaffected.
गुलाब के फूल को देख
So if someone says, oh, but this rose flower has thorns, and you
इतना
say,
तो
don't
न्यारा
look at
हो
the
गया, ना
thorns, look
कांटा
only at
लगता
the
न लगा।
flower. But that rose flower has become so
कमल का
detached,
फूल
it's not
कीचड़ में न्यारा हो गया।
injured by the thorns
एक्सपीरियंस हो रही है।
it carries.
मिसाल है भाई कीचड़ में
Rose,
रहने वाला
lotus
भी
flower
कीचड़
is
से
very
न्यारा।
beautiful, but
ये
the
है योग।
But the speciality of lotus is that it
अपन
grows in the
न्यारा
muddy
बना दिया,
pond and
detached।
remains detached.
साखी
It doesn't
और
have
आज बाबा ने क्या
fragrance.
कहा?
Its
सारथी
speciality is
वरदान याद
detachment.
है?
Do you remember
इसको
today's
वरदान याद है
blessing?
तो
Who remembers the blessing? Raise your hand.
एक बनो सारथी फिर रहो
One
साखी।
is to be a charioteer, and the other is to become a detached observer. Charioteer means I'm a soul, the master of my sense organs, master of this body. And secondly, I play a role but as a detached observer because nothing belongs to me. You should play such a part which should be wonderful. Everyone should say wonderful, wonderful. Just imagine so many powers and virtues have come in us. From where have we got them? He'll say from God. We got them from God.
तो गुलाब में कौन सा गुण आया?
So what speciality came in the rose
रंग
flower?
है गुलाबी।
The color is very lovely. It's red in color, but sweet red color. It's not very dark red, but pinkish red color. And secondly, it has very good fragrance.
अभी तो दवाइयाँ बहुत है, जो उस दिन बाबा की मुरली सुनी ना, थोड़े समय में दवाइयाँ बंद कर देंगे.
Nowadays, people take a lot of medicines. The other day, you must have heard in the Murli that a time came. There was a time in the Yagya when Baba did not allow anyone to take medicines, and maybe the same time will come again when you will not take medicines anymore. Actually, you know, Baba used to use only rose water. If someone had pain in the eyes or headache, then just put rose water on your head, rose water in your eyes. We used to make medicine from rose flowers, put them in a glass bottle, add sugar and put them in the sun, and it was very good. We would never have any sickness then. And then sometimes we will put that in water and drink. So rose flower has so many good qualities. We used to make the essence of the rose flowers too. So little work, hard work, but then the attainments are so many. So you should think, I have to become like a rose flower. The one who has this thought that I want to become like a rose, then that one will never prick thorns to anyone. We stop this business of pricking thorns to someone, giving sorrow or receiving sorrow, taking sorrow. Some people cry, oh, this one gave me sorrow, I was hurt by or pricked by a thorn. But why were you pricked by a thorn? Why weren't you careful? You know, some are careless. They go in a garden and then they are pricked by a thorn. Then that means it's their own carelessness, is it not? You know that you have to be careful whilst walking. Why weren't you careful then? Why did the thorn prick you? You can't blame the thorn for pricking you, can you? Can you tell the thorn, oh thorn, why did you prick me? The thorn will tell you, why did you tread my way? I am where I am, and you have to be careful to not put your foot on me. You be careful, the thorn will say. So you can't blame the thorn. So you can't blame anyone who tries to give sorrow. Many people, you know, they try to hold my hand and say, oh Dadi, let me hold your hand, be careful, be careful. And I say, no, Baba has taught me how to move forward. Baba has taught me how to not stop anywhere. And therefore, but one thing is also important, don't complain about anyone, but you pay attention, you move forward with attention. Don't blame anyone else and say, oh, he's like this or he's like that. No, someone told Dadi, Baba is taking so many tests. I said, no, Baba is not taking any tests. The teacher does not take a test. The work of the teacher is to teach. And the work of the student is to face the test paper and pass in it. There the test paper comes every 3 months or 6 months, and then the finals take place after 1 year. In our times, we used to have weekly exams. I don't know what is these days. However, in Baba's study, right from the time you start studying, your tests begin. This is a wonderful study. Our teacher too is wonderful. Just imagine, he came to study today and his tests began. The very moment he starts studying, the one who did not know what Maya was, the moment he came to know who God was, Maya, he recognized Maya too. So some say, why Baba, this is happening to me? Baba will say, child, You were separated from me for a long time. That's why Maya took a chance to attack you, to make you body conscious. And then all the 5 vices, not just 5, there are 10 of them. They encircled you, you came under them like in a closure. You were put in their closet, and then you began to consider them your mother and father. Attachment to bodily beings is so much that you think, oh, these are the only ones who belong to me. Attachment to money is also so much that they think that's all which belongs to me. Actually, nothing belongs to you, nothing goes with you. Once you leave the body, wealth and body, relationships, house, nothing accompanies. Is it not? So, wealth, relationships, all these don't accompany except what you did in life. The vices went, but attachment, greed, lust, all that went with the soul. All the sinful actions went with the soul. But now Baba is explaining, children, even if you possess wealth, if you possess relationships, but you should not have greed and attachment towards them. Then what will accompany you? Whatever service you have done through the body, that will accompany you. Whatever righteous actions that you have done to the body will to the body.
बाबा ने आज मैं ज्ञान क्या है स्पष्ट कर
Today I am trying to clarify what Gyan is and then how yoga is linked with Gyan. I'm trying to explain that. So Baba said what you were at the beginning. And at that time you had everything. You had the body, you had wealth, you had relationships, you had everything, but you were pure, completely viceless, and this is why you were called deities. At Sangam Yuga, in the previous Kalpa, Baba taught you Raj Yoga, taught you how to perform elevated actions and made you claim all rights. Baba made you perform such elevated actions which created your fortune. And when we were pure, we were very happy, we were contented. So Baba reminds us of the beginning, and then in the middle of the cycle we started indulging in the vices, and then we indulged more and more and more, and at this time we became completely viceless. At this time Baba says, now I am in front of you and you are in front of me. No one else knows about this in the world. When you tell them that God is in front of me, they are not ready to accept that now that Father is addressing to me and saying, oh my child, and the soul says, yes Baba, my Father, and then the soul tells Baba, Baba, I am now a Brahmin child. First, when you come to Baba, you just say, oh Baba, but then when you start liking purity, you like this life, then you say, Baba, I'm your child, I'm a Brahmin, I'm the child of Brahma, Baba. What does a Brahmin mean?
Purity 100%.
A Brahmin means 100% purity in life. In our thoughts, words, actions, relationships, whilst walking, talking, moving around. Beauty should be visible at every moment.
100% हो जाऊं, श्रेष्ठ ब्राह्मण, देवताओं से भी ऊंच ब्राह्मण हूं, ब्रह्मा की।
A Brahmin is supposed to be more elevated than even a deity. So Baba says, see, I make Brahma Baba belong to me just for your sake, so that I could create Brahmins through him. Otherwise, who would give Gyan to you? Mama too became the mouth progeny of Brahma. She became the first child of Brahma. So it's not just listening to Gyan. Baba said in today's Murli as well as in yesterday's, you don't have to become like a parrot, only repeating what you've heard. A parrot is better off, at least it repeats very well. I remember I went to some Bharatpur, tell Bharatpur. So Dadi went to Bharatpur. It is the world's largest bird sanctuary in Bharatpur. So, you know, our original home in Madhuban, it was called Brij Koti or Bharatpur Koti. The sister in charge of Bharatpur, she told me, Dadi, will you not come to Bharatpur? Every year she comes to Madhuban, she invites me to Bharatpur. And I also Mathura, I went last year because the sister in charge was inviting. And now I went to Bharatpur. The younger brother of the original king of Bharatpur, his wife and the children, all four met me. There were many more in Bharatpur. They were invited, but their personality was so different. They looked from a royal family. They had actually come to Madhuban in the Maharaja's conference 2-3 months ago. So they invited Dadi Janki to come to Bharatpur. Though they are no longer kings, but they are worshipper kings anyway. The original Maharaja, the king. He used to walk 7 miles before going to different temples on Janmashtami Day, on Krishna's birthday. He used to go to every temple, and then he used to take, silver urns with gold coins in those urns. And he used to drop those gold coins in the Ganges river, and then the poor people would run to grab those gold coins. So when I went to Agra, I had this thought, I must go to Bharatpur. I don't know when I'll be able to go again. So actually within a few hours she made the program, and I could have a nice chit chat with them for 1 or 2 hours. But those 4 souls who met Dadi, they met Baba, they met Dadi so well. I'm talking about the parrot, no? Actually, a pigeon just says, It doesn't speak, but it just nods the head. And a parrot just repeats what you say. But when they were hearing, I could feel that they were really understanding and accepting. They were really enjoying. They were being so happy and listening. And a few kilometers away from the center, there is a very big forest where people used to go and hunt. In the olden days, the kings used to hunt. Now they have made it into a sanctuary, for birds, a bird sanctuary, and birds from all over the world come there, even from Siberia, from Russia, from Europe, from Africa. So many birds, but I couldn't see a parrot there. There were so many parrots. Actually, there were colonies of birds. All the trees, each tree was like a colony of that variety of birds, and that variety of bird would not allow the other variety of birds to come to their tree. And they made so many different ponds, and in which they would put the food for the birds. They were beautiful birds. I saw many storks, but I didn't see any swan. And I saw so many different types of birds, but I didn't see a parrot. And I asked, why is there no parrot? And they said, a parrot doesn't live with other birds. A parrot is always on his own. And why there were no swans? Because swans don't live with storks. A stork needs dirt, filth, fishes, but a swan, Brother Chhatrapal, who looks after the telephone exchange here in Gansarovar, his Lokik brother drove me. And only special cars go there, not all cars can go. So he was very intoxicated that he was driving Dadi. So in Bhakti they say, I don't want a bird's life, a bird's birth. But now Baba talks about birds, Baba talks about pigeons and parrots. Even they are very intelligent, whom to be in the company of, whom to keep in their company, and they also have the limits. They will not go in the other one's limit, and they will not allow anyone else to come in their limit. Some birds have their own timings fixed, when to eat meals, when to rest. I was really surprised. I got so much information there. They said this is a colony of this type of birds. That colony is a colony of those type of birds. Beautiful. 50, 100, 200, 500. You see that side, another quality of birds. You see the other side, another quality of birds. And the sounds also were different. So they didn't have a swan, and they didn't have a pigeon, and didn't have a parrot. And then when we came back, I asked, what about the parrot? And they said, here are parrots. They don't go mix about with the other birds. They have their own area. And so much sound. Some people, they speak so roughly. They are just like crowing like a crow, or quacking, or all different strange sounds which people bring out from their lips. But see, a swan is so royal. I remember the swan, I remember the parrot. People feed a parrot very well. They don't give ordinary food to a parrot. They even give a bath to the parrots. And then a parrot doesn't mind sitting in the cage. The master teaches a parrot how to speak, and the parrot learns to speak. Dadi told the 100,000s, you must eat vegetarian food, you must mix in good company, and Dadi made them raise their hand and that they will not eat non-veg food or take alcohol or smoke, and they raise their hands. We are Brahmins, so we have to eat the right food. Baba says the food which you eat should be first offered to Baba, and then you should eat. And also don't eat it alone. Eat together, and also eat whatever is cooked in the yajna, and you will never get sick. And then, and how should you look at others? Just as Baba gives drishti, doesn't he? And when he is drishti, we lose our body consciousness. We forget the body so easily, don't we? And we wish that Baba should continue to look at me with love, and I too should continue to look at Baba with love. So we too enjoy looking at Baba, but even Baba enjoys looking at us. He says, "Oh, he's my true child." And he looks at the children with love. It's not also that he looks with love at one child and not with love at the other child. Some children comment like that Baba gave him so much love but not to me. Oh, why are you trying to blame Baba? Each one can claim his own rights.
सच्ची दिल से तो कल वहाँ पर मैसेज ये दे दिया लेटेस्ट बात सुना रही है एक सप्ताह आप लोग
this 1 week you have to really work upon yourself. So I'm giving you some homework. The whole of Calcutta, there was not even one space where these folders were not hung up. There was one folder, one poster which you see in Panda Bhavan, Dadi's hand of blessing. It's a evening of blessings. So Dadi's hand, and then another photo of all the 4 Dadis. Dadi ji in the center and 3 behind Dadi ji. And I asked Dadi, if you just raise your hand like that or wave to everyone, people will get the blessings. Will it be, some in Calcutta, what they did? All the banners which were hung or which were, all the posters, they removed the posters and the photograph of Dadi. They took out the banners and used that photograph and put them on display in their offices, in their rooms. So I told Dadi, you just raise your hand of blessing and see, everyone likes it so much. So I asked Dadi, what should we do so that Baba's hand of blessing is always on our head? Baba's hand of blessing should always be behind my head or above my head. How will that happen? See, all the 5 fingers are different in size, but then all the 5 are important. Therefore, seeing the specialities of each one, we take in them and always remain satisfied. If somebody would ask me, are you satisfied? I would say with courage, yes, I am. And they really ask me, really? Are you satisfied in life? I say, yes, I am, because I am with Baba. Aren't all of you also satisfied? Baba would ask you, are you all satisfied? You should say, yes, Baba, I am. Touch your heart and nod, yes, Baba, I am satisfied. Baba, I am satisfied. So, Libai, if Baba gets such answers that yes, that I'm satisfied, and Baba will bless you, you will always be that. Baba's hand of blessing will always be on your head. That may you always be that. So I told Dadi, Baba gives love to everyone, but then he gives love to the newcomers first. He says, children, so that they are saved from Maya, so that the minds are influenced towards Maya. Because Maya can pull you if you have to face a challenge or face a test of Maya. You should never, ever think that I'm helpless, I'm a stranger here now. Well, God is with you all the time. And then when they leave Baba, people, they comment, they say, now where is your God gone? They start making funny jokes at the Brahmins. I can say with pride that Baba gave me so much love, so much. And Baba told me one day, child, you
ईश्वर
belong
में
to
थे।
me. I didn't realize the difference between Brahma
कभी नहीं
Baba and
बोला
Shiv
है।
Baba at that time, but I knew that this is God
कभी
for me. So
अविनाशी,
I
बाप से
have
अविनाशी
never
संबंध,
turned my back after that.
आत्मा अविनाशी,
The soul is eternal, the
परमात्मा
Supreme Soul
अविनाशी,
is eternal,
संबंध अविनाशी,
all the relationships are eternal,
अमर।
are
कभी
eternal.
संबंध में लौकिक की याद आए या लौकिक का कोई
So,
संस्कार भी मेरे को काम करे मेरे
No Lokik's remembrance nor
मैं
Lokik
डॉक्टरों को भी कहती हूँ,
sanskars
कभी
should
मुझसे
ever
नहीं कह
affect
सकते हो,
me.
तुम्हारी
I
माँ
even
कोई
tell the
बीमारी थी क्या, तुम्हारे
doctors,
बाप कोई बीमारी थी, वो मेरे माँ बाप
in homeopathy they ask that did your mother have this disease, did your father have this disease. They see the accounts of the forefathers, the ancestors. But I tell them, why should I say my father had this, my mother had this? Because I'm no longer that one's child. I belong to God's family. I've eaten from God's home. Whatever Baba earned, that he dedicated in the yajna, and that I'm eating. That I have eaten. Therefore, I'm a Pakka Brahmin. We are true Brahmins. We are Pakka Brahmins, firm Brahmins.
तो जो सच्चे है पक्के है, वो पक्के जो ब्राह्मण है ना, वो कभी हिम्मत नहीं हारते।
So the Pakka Brahmins,
पहले पक्के जो सच्चे है, बाबा प्यार करता है, बच्ची सच्ची है, सच्ची है,
the Pakka Brahmins
सच्ची है, पक्की है, सच्ची है, पक्की है,
will never be defeated. Baba watches whether so and so is strong, whether so and so is truthful. So truthful and strong, firm. Who will be firm? The one who is never disheartened, never depressed. But those who are weak, they get disheartened. Their heart is not a generous heart, not a big heart. And how can Baba love them? So the heart should be so strong, so strong. It should not be rigid like, but it should be strong. It shouldn't be hard, but it should be strong. Because if something enters the heart, then you may start saying, oh, maybe it's not my role, maybe I'm not able to do this, maybe that will not help me. But then if you think in this way, then you stop receiving the courage. Baba says, you keep the courage and God will help you. He doesn't say this to little children. He says to the elders, keep the courage. To the little children, he'll say, become strong, become strong. So never lose your faith. If you have faith and courage, then God will help you. This is God's condition. He doesn't help us just like that. Only the courageous are helped.
और मदद से पार होते आए हैं, उनको आशीर्वाद है.
So those who have been courageous and move forward, they always get God's blessings. Baba will say, yes, this child has been moving forward at every step. He is Baba's Mahavir child.
महावीर का गुण क्या है?
What are the qualities of a Mahavir? A brave one. God is their companion. A Mahavir, they show Hanuman is Mahavir. They say that he was never alone. He was always in the company of Rama. And also, Ram would not do anything without Hanuman. So, as Hanuman would not leave Ram, even Ram would not leave Hanuman. So when I remember once, Papa told me, you are useless. So after that, I had so many children, but I told each one that you have to become strong, and if you are not strong, then Baba would say you are not of any use to me. If the intellect is engaged with something else, that you are not of any use to me. If you get upset, you are not of any use to me. Therefore, if God has to say this, it's not a blessing. If God would say you are no use to me, how can I take blessings from God
आशीर्वाद
then?
किसको है? हाँ, प्यार मिल रहा, छोटे थे, मदद
Yes,
मिली,
I got
हिम्मत है,
love, I got help because I kept the courage, but blessings,
बच्चे हुआ ही पड़ा है,
children, is already fixed,
बच्चे हुआ
is
ही पड़ा
already
है, हो
destined.
जाएगा।
It will happen.
इतना भगवान का हमारे ऊपर प्यार,
So much love Baba has
मदद,
upon us, so much
अधिकार,
help Baba gives to us, so much rights Baba has over us, that everything
accurate
the
होगा।
children do
तुम
is
बच्चे
right.
एवर रेडी रहो।
You
बाबा
have
ने
to
कल
be
परसों
ever
बोली में था
ready.
ना, वेपरी में था ना,
As Baba
बैग
said
बैगेज
the other
जा,
day, a bag and
अभी
baggage should
जाना
be
है,
ready.
5 मिनट
I
ट्रेन
have
के
to
आने
go
को है,
right now. It's maybe 5 minutes before the train's arrival, and I'm told to go
वो
somewhere.
एक संस्कार बन
So
जाए,
that should become like a sanskar to be ever
समय का
ready.
हुआ हो, कुछ भी
Everything of
किसकी
mine
याद
should be
ना,
packed up.
हर एक के कर्म
No
का हिसाब
human
होता
being should be
है। अब
remembered.
कर्म
Each one's
ऐसे
karma,
करें,
karmic
अभी at
account is
last
different. Now I'm coming to
कर्म
the
ऐसे
end
करें,
of the cycles. We have to do such
पास्ट
actions
कुछ भी कोई विकार
so
तो
that
क्या,
neither the
कोई
past, nor
अवगुण तो
present,
क्या,
nor future,
कोई प्रकार का नेचर भी हमारी यूज न हो,
not even our nature
कर्म में
should
और
be
संबंध
used in bodily relationships and acts.
कोई पुरानी नेचर रह गई है बाकी,
Sometimes old natures remain.
अपसेट होने की,
The
उदास
nature
होने
of
की,
getting
या
upset
कोई प्रकार
remains.
की, या रोब दिखाने की, या कोमल दिल
Or
की,
maybe a soft heart,
nature
maybe a very bossiness,
कर्म
any
में
type
संबंध
of
है।
physical ailment,
तो कर्म
either in
क्या होगा?
relationships.
शुद्ध होगा, श्रेष्ठ होगा,
In relationships, then what will
श्रेष्ठ होगा,
happen?
पर
The
उचित ऊंचा
relationships
काम
will
जो
become
भगवान को कराना
elevated,
होगा ना,
and then whatever
ऐसे
God
बच्चे को
wants
निमित्त
to
बना
be
देगा।
done, He'll make someone an instrument and get work done through him.
वो निमित्त बना हुआ बच्चा क्या करेगा?
What
वो ये
what
नहीं
will
कहेगा
that
काम
soul
बहुत
who's an
ऊंचा है,
instrument do? That soul,
कहेंगे
he won't
ऊंचे
think,
से
oh, this
ऊंचे
one
भगवान का
is
काम भी
is a
कितना
big
ऊंचा हो
work and
जाएगा।
therefore I will not be able to do it. He won't
साधारण
think like
लगता
that
है, जब हम कहते हैं
because
हमारे से
at
कर्म
least he will
साधारण
realize
ही
that
ना हो,
as it's
ऊंचे
God's
से
work,
ऊंचा, ऊपर वाले
it's
की
a
तरफ
big
इशारा
work,
देने का है।
then we have to give the
उनमें
signal
फिर
towards that big work, towards
उनके
God's work.
सच्चाई और स्नेह के संयोग से काम इतने में हो जाएगा।
With love and truthfulness,
निमित्त
the
बना हुआ है
work
सब।
can be done so easily.
ये बाबा ने निमित्त बनने के जो कला है ना,
The art of becoming an instrument or
आई
staying
ना,
as an instrument, if you
बल्हारी
have
वो
this
दिखाई
art, then
देखो शरीर कैसा,
you will be salvaged. Just like you saw
बल्हारी
in
एक
Agra,
रोटी
there was one Rosie, sister of Madras, of
जैसे
Tamil
मद्रास
Nadu.
का मेला,
Just as the
रोजी
the
बहन का
big
प्लान,
fair of
सबसे
Madras
प्यार,
was very
सबसे
good.
कराने का तरीका, खुद हाथ
The
जोड़ना भी हो
method was
सके ना,
so good.
पर कहाँ पर भी हो इशारे से। तो हमेशा भी क्या बनना है,
So
महावीर में भी
Rosie Ben's
निमित्त
love
बनना,
and
निमित्त
dedication was
मात्र,
very
निमित्त बाबा
strong,
ने इसको
and that's
काम
why
रखा।
the
अब मान के
task
अंश
became
नहीं है,
successful. The thought was, I'm only an
किसी को
instrument.
आर्डर
So
करने की
where
जरूरत
was a
नहीं है,
question of
अपने
showing an
आप
ego that this belongs to me?
कईयों का सहयोग,
So when I'm able to be humble, I'm able to serve. Others also like to be humble and serve me.
उनके ऊपर सिर पर भी हाथ है, पहले वो
Baba's hand
सबको मिलाता
is
है,
on that
ऐसे से
person's head.
कैसे मिलाता है,
He makes
सहयोग से
everyone
सबको
come
मिलाता है।
together. How God makes
ये
everyone's
नहीं, ये
work
अच्छा है, ये नहीं, ऐसे नहीं
simple
करता
by
है।
bringing them together.
एक से एक अच्छा मदद करता है, दूसरा नहीं करता है, तो ऐसे नहीं उनके लिए करता है।
It's not that if someone is doing good service and the other one is not, then he'll start hating the one who is not doing good service. No, everything
तुम
is
कैसा
good.
है?
And
वो
how
नहीं
are you? I'm good too. You are good
बाकी
too.
क्या है, सब अच्छा है ना, सब अच्छा।
So I'm good, you are good, everyone is good.
2 साल पहले, 2 साल हुआ
I
होगा,
remember 2 years ago,
मैंने
2
दादी को
years
बोला,
ago I
दादी ये
told
बात है।
Dadi ji that
मुझे
Dadi, there
लगता
was
था
some work
अर्जुन कई
and
बातें 50-50 ठीक है,
some, it was just
मेरा दृष्टिकोण
50-50.
ये था,
And I remember I told
50-50
Dadi, let
ठीक है,
it be
50-50
50-50.
ठीक है।
half
मुझे दादी
percent,
बिठा के कहती है
50% yes, 50% no.
ऐसे नहीं
I
समझ
said, Dadi told me,
95%
Janki, Dadi,
ठीक है
don't think like that. It is 95% all right, not just 50% all right. See, Dadi's attitude is so elevated.
95
I should say 95% are good. Now, since from that day, 99% of my attitude changed. So if anything happens, I always remember Dadi's face and say 99, 95% is good. I thought that he has got 50%, so Baba will help him. But even if you have 95%, you can get 100% and the examiner will give you that many marks. Baba's hand of blessing is on everyone's head. Now this is yoga. Don't talk about the ancient things. Oh, I don't know what yoga is. I don't know what will happen to me. If I have true heart and I'm not remembering anyone else, then others remember the Father through my face. They see my face and Gulzar Dadi. Baba is remembered automatically, isn't he? It's not that only when Baba is speaking that Baba is remembered. Yes, without Baba's remembrance, without Baba, without Baba's remembrance, you cannot experience Baba's love in you. That is, the love has to start within you. And finally, I can say that do actions in such a way that you may not call it elevated actions, but of course they're elevated actions, but they are selfless actions where you don't even think of the reward, don't think of the fruit, don't think that yes, I'm doing elevated actions. Just do them, but they should be selfless actions. So don't think. They should be such natural, righteous actions. You don't even have to think, am I doing the right actions? Am I doing or not? Should I change? No, but they should be so naturally accurate. They should be yuktu that. Because when you think a lot of energy is used up. And sometimes when you don't do good, then someone says it wasn't good, then you start thinking again, oh, I didn't do good, it wasn't good. No, then such a one cannot be performing selfless actions, neutralizing actions. Baba said in yesterday's message, you've done a lot of service, but now you have to become complete. You have to become complete soon. And in order to become complete and perfect, the line of the intellect should be clean and clear. And how will it become clear? Only when it is clean. The intellect has to be clean. The rubbish of the past should not be in any corner of the intellect. Or also if it's clean now, but it shouldn't happen that after some time something dirty comes and enters and stays there. No, it doesn't mean that I cleaned it and I become careless. But I should not be careless. Of course, carefree, but not careless. I should be carefree, no doubt. I should be carefree, but not careless. It's such a deep point, is it not? I should not be careless. But I have to be carefree and not careless. I have to go into so much depth. I have to make efforts with so much depth, and then I will surely get success, and this success will accompany me everywhere. What did I do? Nothing. Success is accompanying me with everyone's cooperation. With Baba's plans, success has given me company. Now you can do workshop. Don't even say the word workshop, but make your intellect work on this.
कहाँ भी कहती हूँ ये शब्द
In
यूज नहीं
some
करो,
places I
इस पर
say
वर्कशॉप
don't
करेंगे, इस पर
don't
वो
say
करेंगे,
we
और
will do workshop on this, we will
अंदर
discuss on
ऐसा
this. No,
जो हर एक
let
शरीर
it
से
be so
उससे
deep in you that your
प्रेरणा मिले,
face,
बस ये
your
ठीक है,
eyes,
यूज किया।
your words should reveal that, and
तो
people
आज
should
का
get
सार क्या
inspiration.
है?
Yes, they have really
अकर्मी बनना
worked
है,
on it and they have used it.
अथोक्ता बनना है,
In what is today's message? I have to go,
तो डीप
I have to
करके
do selfless actions, I have to
स्वच्छ
do
बनना है,
neutralizing actions, I have to become
स्वच्छ, बिल्कुल
clean.
स्वच्छ, इतना
So
स्वच्छता,
clean, so clean. I have to
it's
become
wonderful.
that. I should say, oh, it's so wonderful.
इतनी सफाई में हेल्दी माइंड लगता है बहुत,
When the mind is clean, it is so healthy too.
बाबा का सत्य ज्ञान
Then that the
ताकत वाला
true
है,
knowledge gives me so much strength.
हमको ताकत मिलती है,
We get the strength.
स्वच्छता पर सत्यता काम करती है। तो इस प्रकार से ये वीक जो है ना,
Cleanliness brings in truth too. Truth makes
ऐसा हम
the
यहाँ मधुबन बैठे
heart clean. So both go together, cleanliness and truthfulness. In Madhuban, you have to do this work so that every minute, every moment of your stay in Madhuban is used in a worthwhile way. Waste is not allowed here.
आवे फिर निकाले,
It's not that it comes and then you make effort to drive it away. No, not even that.
वो है सहज योग,
That is called easy yoga.
फिर कहेंगे बरोबर ये रहा,
And then you will be called a true Raj Yogi because everything has become easy for you. It's the most elevated yoga, but it has become easy for us.
राजयोग,
This is Raj Yoga.
जैसे राज्य ही हमारे हाथों में है, ये
Just
हाथ
like the whole
में
sovereignty
कई
is
बातें
on our
का
palms.
अर्थ समाया हुआ है,
There is so much meaning behind showing
राज्य ही हमारे
this palm. The whole kingdom sovereignty is on my palms.
तरह से
And how, with Baba's blessings, so this hand can, the different signs shown by the hand can have different meanings.
तीनों को चेक करें,
God, with hands we perform the actions, and God is my Father who is blessing me, and in the return I get the fortune in my hand. Even at this time I'm getting the fortune because I'm constantly happy, I'm constantly intoxicated. That's the return I have received. Okay?
ये है
So let the intoxication be the true intoxication. Everything should be true.
बहुत काम कर रहा है,
It
और एक एक सब
will
अपने
help
ऊपर
a
जो
great
काम
deal,
करेगा ना,
and when
आप
something is
हजारों
working
लाखों
upon
को
me,
अपने
I
चौड़े
will
चलन से बगैर
be
चौड़े
able to
चलन
help so many
कई
other
आत्माओं
souls
का कल्याण होगा।
through my face, through my behavior. I'll be able to help so many
साखियों
souls.
पे देखो ना,
Thousands of
आपका
souls
हमारे
can be
जैसा
served
फेस
through
दुनिया में
me.
किसी का है नहीं, कैसा
No
है?
one else in the world has a face like ours. Just see the people in the world, so depressed, so
बेचारों को तरस
disheartened.
पड़ता है।
I feel so sorry for them.
कैसी शक्ति करोगे?
See their faces so sulky, no joy, no happiness. And then our faces are so happy. We take from Baba and we want to just give away. Okay, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.